Police procedure took center stage during today's testimony in the Derek Chauvin murder trial.
The longest-serving member of the Minneapolis Police Department took the stand and called the use of force against George Floyd totally unnecessary. Both the prosecution and the defense pressed Lieutenant Richard Zimmerman on the events surrounding Floyd's death. Zimmerman testified that in his 35-year career, he has never been trained to put his knee across a suspect's neck, especially if that suspect is handcuffed. Chauvin's accused of kneeling on George Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes. Zimmerman said use of force is contingent on the threat perceived by the officers.
Minneapolis Police Department policy allows a police officer to use whatever means are available to him to protect himself and others, right?
Yes.
The trial gets back underway Monday morning. We're expecting to hear testimony from the chief of police and also the medical examiner. And here to break this down for us is NBC 10 legal analyst Enrique Latoison.
Enrique, we just heard from that officer who said Chauvin's actions were totally unnecessary. How powerful is this testimony?
Well, this is 2 days in a row. Yesterday, they had a sergeant testify that broke down the critical thinking of what an officer is supposed to do and how they're supposed to base their actions on what's happening at the time. Today, you have the lieutenant, the longest ranking serving member of that police department. And what he focused on was the fact that he was handcuffed, that George Floyd was handcuffed, and that there is never a reason, completely unnecessary, when you have someone laying on their stomach, face down, with a knee on their neck, and that you do not do that to a person that's handcuffed. And when a person is handcuffed, at that point, they maybe present a minor threat. So I believe the testimony today from that lieutenant was extremely powerful.
This was day 5 of this trial, a lot to take in, especially for people who can't sit and watch the whole thing. Can you sort of give us a summary of what you've seen from each side during this first week, Enrique?
Well, I will say that they've been sticking to their plan, sticking to their script. Even the judge today cut the trial short and said that they actually are ahead of the game at this point, because pretty much both sides are sticking to exactly what they wanted to do in their opening statements. The prosecution has been focusing on the fact that George died at the scene, that he died from the officer's actions, and that this is not police procedure. And the defense is focusing on and saying that he didn't die at the scene. This is not what caused his death, and that the crowd was somehow affecting this, and that the crowd delayed the medical treatment. And there's also this other angle that they've been pushing, which is that, you know, a person in a semi-conscious state could come out of that, be revived, and be a danger. And these are the themes that they've been going back and forth on both sides, and they've been sticking to it.
You talk about the officer's actions. The defense seems to be suggesting that Chauvin's knee was not on George Floyd's neck. What are your thoughts on that defense?
Well, I mean, the jury's going to look at this video. They're going to come to their conclusion what's based on the evidence. But, you know, videos are interpretable. People see videos and just automatically assume it is what it is. But we've seen other high-profile trials with videos, and one side can look at a video and they can present it in a way that works for them, and the other side can do the exact same thing. So even though we're all looking at the same video, the defense has been leaning towards an angle where they're saying that maybe that he was not on his neck and was maybe on his shoulder. And of course, today they said, isn't it okay to have someone on their shoulder and to put the handcuffs on them? So we see this coming, but at the end of the day, the jury is going to look at this video and come to their conclusion, and that's what matters.
NBC 10 legal analyst Enrique Latoison, thanks for your insights all week. We appreciate it.
Happy Easter.
Same to you.